Welcome everybody to my Thursday Tarot Insight. I pick one tarot card every Thursday that highlights and harnesses the energy of the collective. And then I talk about how we can use this energy in our individual lives. So we're part of the collective, but we also have to move around and be in our own little space. So let's just get started. I pulled today the Brother Earth card, and the first thing that came up when I pulled this card, it's so clear and so simple. Like when I saw this card, I was like, and excited, and the power just came straight through. So the words that came through with this card is our power is being recognized, okay? So in the tarot, just for a quick little info, if you're curious about learning tarot and to understand a little bit more about the deck, is we have the major arcana cards. That's 0 through 21 in the deck. And each of these cards really is about a bigger picture, a bigger subject, a bigger area of focus in our lives, kind of like karma in a way that we're going through. It's huge growth and huge growth periods. So maybe years of our lives or something that's what we're working through. Okay, so then we have the minor arcana cards. And these are grouped in 0 through 10. And I've talked a lot about these in the Tarot Insight. And they're all associated with an element. So there's 4 of them. 4 types of minor arcana. So we have the swords sometimes, and that's of the mind. You have the earth, which is the physical. We have water or cups, which is really emotional, or the currents that are running under things that we are doing in our lives. And then we have air, which is sometimes fire, and it's usually about the spiritual element that's running through what it is we're working on. And so these minor arcana cards are kind of the nitty-gritty of what's going on in our lives. And so when we pull these in for the collective, it's really the nitty-gritty of what we're moving through. And it's 1 through 10 in a cycle. And again, I've talked a lot about this because we've pulled a lot of these cards. And then we have the face cards of these minor arcana. So tarot, sometimes we have the king, the queen, the priest, priestess, or the page. In this deck that I use, it is mother, father, brother, sister. So if we're looking at the brother card, for instance, we haven't become the fullness of its expression. So let's talk about it, because the physical is of the earth. And so when something comes down into the physical, we're embodying it. We're actually manifesting. The Brother Earth card is so important, what it has to say here. So what it said to me when I pulled this is, do not think for 1 minute that our power, our awareness, and our acting on our power through our words, through our deeds, through our humanitarian efforts, through our commitments, truth, and most of all, our human decency stem from our heart, okay? Do not think that these have been lost. And everything that's coming and beliefs about our human consciousness, nothing has gone unnoticed, okay? So the ones that are creating the systems and the upholding of the systems, the actual structures, the energies of these structures, the attempting to hold on, to keep control, essentially the old ways, okay? They are in resistance to us coming fully in. And so this card really looks like the Christ cometh. Christ was a real person, and he had a very specific energy. And this is like the awakening. It's like the awareness and awakening of the heart space and the heart energy. And that was the essence of Christ and his energy that he worked with, that worked through him, that he brought to earth, okay? So we're all starting to see just how powerful this energy is. And how powerful it is when we use it as a collective. It's our immense power. And we can generate it for good. So how do we use this energy, which is so powerful and so right here for all of us, in our individual lives, right? How can we tap into this? How can we be a part of it? Well, one, we already are a part of it. We already are a part of the collective. We already are participating into it. And if you're watching something like this or meditating or even curious, you are already participating in it. And the way we can use it is to really realize where our focus is and our attention is laying. So if you're aware of the shift from looking at all the bad, all the yuck, all the obstacles, all the hard, the enemies, the old and outdated ways, to looking at the solutions, the beauty, the helping, even if you don't know what the solutions are yet, but it's the humanity, the goodness. So when you're looking at the lights and you're focusing on that, your awareness is already there. And it's just acknowledging it for yourself now. That's how we can use this energy. The number one extremely important way that we can use this energy is to keep focused on the solutions. So you can look at the problems, but don't stay there and don't look at them all the time. Look at the problem and then watch the news, read the news, whatever you're doing, see what's happening. Don't cover yourself with a blanket, but don't just spend your time there. Stay focused on other things, the solutions, okay? This is light coming in. It's the creativity, the humanity. It's all of us. Okay, the other thing we can do to tap into the energy of this card is to stop and take a deep breath. And I talked about this a lot. I talk about it all the time. I've given everybody a grounding meditation. I've talked about pausing. But really, it's pausing and taking some deep breaths, closing your eyes, grounding, whatever meditation practice you're doing. And then to add on to it is to really come into the awareness of your heart space. And it's now more than ever the most important thing to do, but it's also easier to find it, easier to tune into it. And I guarantee if you start to incorporate that in your quiet time or your meditation practice, you're going to drop right into it with such ease because it's so available to us. Look at this card. It is here on earth for us now. And when it gets big enough, which it has gotten, it's easier for us to tap into it. So yay, we don't have to go and spend hours and hours and hours in meditation trying to find our heart space. Now it's a little bit easier to find it. So I will propose that to you. Let me know how it's going. Comment, email me. I'm so curious. The last way we can tap into the energy of the Brother Earth is to pay attention every day to connection. So connection that's happening between you and somebody else, connection that you're witnessing between others, whether it's people and animals, earth, people and earth, any kind of connecting and connection you see that's coming from this space, you'll recognize it. And when you do, just acknowledge it. And the more we witness it, the more we expand our awareness for those kind of connections, the more we are generating more of it. And that's the beauty of working with the energy of the collective, right? So when we see it out there, and we acknowledge it as something that we want and we become more aware of it, we'll see it more and more and more, and it will be more and more and more. All right, take a last look at this card, please. The Brother Earth. It's pretty exciting. It's pretty inspiring, and it's so powerful. This card, you can tell, is a little bit simpler than some of the other cards we've looked at with a bunch of symbology, but this is pretty straightforward. We got the Taurus symbols. We got the Aries symbol. We got the power of being here in the earthly plane with our energetic potential. And tapping into the heart space is one way to access that. Okay. I'm sending you all so much love and deep awareness. Thank you for continuing to watch the Tarot Insights. Again, I don't get tired of reading these cards. I don't get tired of looking at the energy. I don't get tired of finding out what's going on energetically and through the tarot. I don't get tired of any of this energy work. And so if you want to have a conversation about it, you want to get deeper into this type of work and learn skills or just learn some nice meditation practices or energetic tools, please reach out to me, energyaligns.com. You can sign up for my newsletter where I'm going to be sending out some free meditations over the months of this year. You can also email me at energyaligns23@gmail.com. Okay, talk to you next week. Bye.